Hello again, Converge collectors. So today we got number 006 from the core lineup of Gundam Converge. This came out in 2016. We have Unicorn Gundam number 2, Banshee Norn in destroy mode. So all these core boxes are kind of black and white. They don't really seem to have much color, but the general sense of that I get, core is like they add some printed graphics. They're basically reusing old molds and trying to sell them again for more money by printing on some stuff. Okay, so there's the basic stats of the robot there and some sort of story in Japanese, I assume. So while I get this stuff going, here's the good old fandom again. I focus on that. Unfortunately, I've not seen Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. I really wish I gotta get around to it. I just don't have time, you know. If I watch a bunch of Gundam stuff, I won't be able to review toys. Here's some gum from that year. Not so great. Okay. And then there's not much to this robot here as far as the description goes. It just says it's like an upgraded version there. It's pretty much unchanged, but when it goes in destroy mode, it rotates up the armor stuff and it gives it a lion-like look. This stuff here. So be careful when you cut these things. You know, it's very easy. You could cut through the antennae. I'm surprised it actually hasn't happened yet, but I've come close. I gotta say, this definitely is a different color than the Norns I'm used to. I have two other Norns and they're really dark blue, but this is like a bronze color. Unfortunately, this is also, hold on, this animation is driving me nuts. Let's just stick to these images here. So, you know, that's what the other two Norns in my collection look like as far as the color goes. But this is clearly something else. But before we get into the figure, you'll see this silly clear thing. It's a foot stand. And so you're supposed to put the feet into this thing to help it stand. But the thing's going to stand without the thing. So it's just a waste of plastic, really. That you're basically paying for garbage, unfortunately. So this is the first time I've actually, I think, had the torso separate like this on a normal-sized figure. I guess hopefully there's some articulation going on. Let me get the camera at a better angle. Where's that toothpick here? So yeah, you can see this metallic. I would call it a bronze color, possibly a dark gold, which again would be a bronze color. Inside where the lights are activated, it's almost like a peach metallic. It reminds me of like a peach color, not particularly pink, not quite orange either. Alright, I'm not sure what's going to show up on your screen anyways. The feet are black. They're painted black. Nice molded details for sure. And yeah, if you look at this little bottom half of the figure, this thing is just loaded with molded details. All these little nooks and crannies. It seems more obvious with this color than the other ones, which we'll compare to later. So very nice. Yeah, very cool. No difference in color back here behind the knees though. It looks like there's two hoses back there. So now we got some pegs in the shoulders, and let's go with the upper torso. So we have a nice gold there, and the neck itself is like I guess it's that bronze, but it looks lighter than the rest of it. And then we even have a little painted detail for whatever those are. I don't know if they're cannons or they look like headlights to me. Yeah, the opening color there. Alright, so actually it looks like it's two different colors. Like this torso doesn't look as shiny as up here. This I think is a different paint color. What's going on here? Alright, so let's pop this on the bottom and see if we can get some articulation. And you can, a little bit. A little's better than nothing. So that's cool. I don't know why all Converge figures aren't like this. Because it seems like very often they have to put them together anyways, but they very often just choose to crazy glue them together forever. Look at this arm. Yeah, same colorway. It's nice. Look at this, how they got the color in that groove so well. It's really hard to do. I'm not even sure how they do that. If it's hand painted or what. Speaking of hands, the hands should be separate pieces. I don't think this could be molded this way. There's a gap there, but I think the paint is stuck. I also don't think it's a peg. If it is a separate piece, I almost think it's a square instead of a round peg. Well, you can clearly see I moved it, but I don't think it's actually meant to come off because I don't think it's a round peg. So I'm going to just leave that on the way it is. Alright, so at least the shoulder can go up and down. There is a hole here probably for the shield later. Now this side, we do have the round hole there, and then what about this hand? Oh, look at this. That thing came apart. So, okay, well, not much articulation. It's colliding with itself. But yeah. Now this hand, though, that's a round peg, right? So that is meant to articulate, and so it's got a rectangular hole for a weapon. Okay, so that's good. Since this has no articulation, it's very loose. This actually might be smart to glue together, or you might actually lose the forearm. This video, we'll see if it just holds together on its own. Alright, the head here. We got some red eyes, translucent red eyes, and this, oh wait, I'm mistaken. Or am I? It's really hard to tell. I'm touching the surface. Now, I think these might be clear and there's something behind it. Let me look at it off camera. Yeah, there's like a thickness here. It's painted black, but I think that's clear red plastic, this piece. And then behind, there might be some sort of texture. Painted silver or something. Or the back side of that clear plastic might be painted. Okay, that's just painted, of course, right on that surface. A little red there, and then some nice, looks like one cannon detail. No, two cannons. So we gotta stick some antenna in there. Oh, nice. We got the RXO chassis code there. Some panels as well. So we got this giant splayed out antennae. Painted gold. Yeah, it's shiny. And there's a hole within that antennae, so I think something goes on after this piece. Let's see if this is a tight fit. Yeah, it's not a very tight fit. That might... Oh, well. This is such a big piece, it might be hard to lose. But this one, this is quite a small piece, so let's have to see if this thing goes in well. This does have an L shape to it. Assume it goes this way. Oh boy. Can't go downwards. I am curious though, just for the fun of it. No, I won't go in downwards, but that would be weird if it, interesting if it went downwards. I gotta put this toothpick down. These are really small fidgety parts. You gotta be careful pushing this. You might snap the antennae up in half, but this like peg hole's really tight. But I still think it'd be advisable to glue this together. I'm gonna have to do this off camera, it's too tight. Alright, so I did crazy glue it. You have to like wiggle it downwards in that direction. And so hopefully that won't come out with the crazy glue. So that's what the head looks like then. Pop that on here. I also crazy glued that arm together. If there's no articulation, I might as well just glue it. Okay, so there's an L-shaped peg hole here for this backpack thing with the wacky lion mane, I suppose you'd call it. Got some thruster details there. Not many other colors though. Alright, decent enough fit, although I don't know if it's actually level. I feel like it's turned that way, I might be mistaken. I like that you can see the chassis code between the gold armor plates there. Alright, then we have this shield with the peach, I'm calling it a peach color, peach metallic, and the bronze. The backside has nice detail. Unfortunately, it does seem like it's not flat. You might want to put that in hot water to straighten it out. But for the video, let's just leave it alone. And see if it can get in there. Pretty tight fit there. Obviously, you're going to collide with that thing, so now this peg is very, very loose. I have to put some poster putty in that. Hold on here. So poster putty is great because it doesn't seem to strip paint. It doesn't ever seem to harden. It's just some sort of moldable plastic, I think. So we'll just fill that up. If you get too much, obviously you gotta take it out, do it again, or in this case I'll just put it over there, jam that in there. Alright, so that's not gonna fall out anytime soon. And even though there's articulation here in the waist, I'm going to put some putty in just to thicken it all up. Alright, see? Very good. The shield is really close to touching the ground, but it doesn't. And I think I've seen this gun before. It's just a metallic gunmetal kind of color, maybe slightly bronzish. That's going to go in here. Very good. So let's look at a few other Banshees here. The other two I have are that blue color, and it didn't come with it came with those silly bases. So I buy these acrylic discs off AliExpress, and then I label them what they are. So this is number 39 in the Converge series. This is number 56, and that's where I saw that gun before. Yeah, but you'll see it's clearly a different color, right? So this one is the, let me get a different angle here for you guys. Kind of like the unicorn mode, the splayed out, you know, antennae mode like this guy. But this one here has claws, a claw and a, what I assume is a rail gun for a hand. You know what? This thing is actually being, this gun collides with the ground, so you can use it as a tripod, but you can't put it vertical. The foot will not lay down, so be mindful of that. Now I'm curious, well, these torsos, yeah, see, I don't feel any movement to the torso of that one. This one, yes, what do you know? Yeah, so that one, I guess I forgot, this one can articulate. So that's nice. I guess you want to see them spinning, huh? Alright, we'll let those guys spin around. I added some paint apps and decals to these guys. They don't usually have this white stuff on there. I've bought some real grade 144 scale decals, and some of the small ones will actually fit on these models, so it just helps it out. I also like how these knees are a different, like, gunmetal color on these two. I didn't do that myself, but this one, it doesn't seem to have a different color for the joints, like the elbow or the knees. So now what's unfortunate is there is no additional printing, like there's no text like these decals. All this is a colors change, so it's a little lamer than I think it should be. I feel like it's nice to have the color change, but I feel like they should be printing on it as well, like, I don't know, some sort of graphic, at least on the shield is big enough to put something there. So it's too bad, but at least mold wise the three of them are totally different from each other, so I'm happy that this joined my Banshee collection. And I guess that will be it for today, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you like Converge, just stay tuned. I got many more to come, so I'll try to put out a few every day for the next month or two. Alright, see you guys, bye.